Yeah, bonjour. It's your girl, magnadragonphoenix. What's goody? Welcome to my channel to all the new subscribers. Welcome back to all of my faithful subscribers. And if you are just starting to watch my channel or you happen to come across my channel and just clicked, welcome as well. Hopefully you will find the content vibrationally matched to your frequency. All right, without tarrying, let's dive right in. So the title is called How I Used the Power of Atonement to Pay Off Karmic Debt. So let's just get right into it. Now, how did I use the power of atonement to pay off some very hefty karmic debt? There was a point in time in my life, several years back, where a sequence of negative events just kept happening back to back to back. At that time, my ancestors, spirit guides, guardians, higher power, the creator, whatever you want to call your team, and the creator. Some say God. Whatever is comfortable for you. I'm open. My team was working overtime to get my attention, to the fact that there were certain things in my life that required changing in order for me to have the life that I was looking to have. Life wasn't always easy for me. I've had several challenges in my life due to external forces that have been opposing me, attempting to oppress me for such a long time. Now, when these attacks happen in your life, you have to kind of understand how this works. I'm not going to get into deep detail on that in this particular video. Maybe in the future, I'll get into it a little deeper in another video, or perhaps another platform, or perhaps another avenue of communication. But just a bird's eye view. These things cause sequence of events in your life to occur by you doing certain things in your life that causes certain results to occur that may not be favorable for you. That's a part of the repetitive cycle of karma. The hopes of that is repetition is the best teacher. So the hope is that you would begin to grasp what is really happening and eventually make a change. It got to that point for me. Unfortunately, the way how, I had to grasp what was really happening in order for me to start making the correct choices to make these changes happen in my life, to start leading me towards the victory path, because when you're on the path of victory, it isn't, oh, I'm victorious just one time. There's many miles for you to go. Quote, there's many miles for you to go before you sleep. I forgot who wrote that particular quote, but I really love it. At this moment, I forget. My apologies to the great writer of that particular quotation, but it's one of my favorites. And I forgot the name, right? So much in my brain. I will look that up and probably put that in the description box to give the honor and the credit to that great writer of that quote that I love so much. All right, back on topic. So, the choices that you begin to make once you start walking on the path of victory, they become better and better because your life is becoming better and better because you are becoming better and better on the inside. You're making changes. Now, how I got to a specific part of my life where I realized that I needed to make specific changes was through a very, very, very severe tower moment. That particular tower moment was one of the catalysts to a very huge change in my life. My spirit family has many orishas in it. So one thing that I wanted to hone in on about these wonderful, wonderful, wonderful orisha is that they don't F around. They're not there to sugarcoat things for you to run to and give an offering for a quick fix. If an orisha or orishas have their hand on your life, they are a part of your life, they're a part of your lineage, however you want to call it. Or if you were chosen by that particular orisha, you don't specifically have to be a part of the lineage per se. If they have chosen you, they are going to work with you. They're not going to do the work for you. They're going to help you to do the work that you need to do to fix your life. And it's typically not pretty work. And that's why a lot of people miss the real premise of the wonderful orisha. It's not a quick fix. It's not, set up an altar, offer the orisha whatever they're offering that was written by people as to say that is the offering for you to get what you want. That is just simply putting little fires out everywhere, which doesn't solve anything at all. You have to get to the root of the issue. That is what the orisha did with me. Sometimes in order for that to happen, a person has to lose it all. There were several times in my life where I've suffered tremendously detrimental tower moments that would leave one crippled to the point that they wouldn't even want to pursue life, or even their dreams. However, this particular tower moment helped me, by losing it all, it helped me to gain it all because I realized that having nothing will empower you to know that you really have everything within you. Right? And you never have nothing. You always have something because it's all in you. It starts within and then it manifests without. That particular tower moment was to help me to overcome materialism. And it was also to help me to realize that I'm not so perfect after all. Once I embraced the tower moment and realized the direction that my orisha were pushing me and my other spirit family members, when I started following their guidance as much as I could at the level of conscience that I was currently at the time, when I started seeking to hear the voice of the Creator, when I started really, really wanting to get my life together because it was pretty bad, that'll help you. So one of the things that came up, and this came up from a very wonderful Orisha, yemeya, I had to atone for, all of the things that I had done that was karmic. And yemeya helped me to work through that, realizing what you had done wrong to other people, what you had done wrong in various situations, how you possibly could have trespassed against another, just as others have trespassed against you. That really opened up my perspective to be a lot more tolerant of people. Tolerance doesn't mean that you're just going to allow people to do whatever they want to do to you. Absolutely not. When I say tolerant, I mean it enabled me to start to see that nobody is perfect, right? That also led me to go down the path where where things started making sense to me in regards to, how the spirit realm works, that the spirits are just really just doing their job. You're a spirit as well, so you're doing your job, right? We all have a role to play. So I stopped blaming the spirits or blaming the energy and realizing it's just playing its role. It's really all a part of the game of life. So if that spirit is kicking your butt, you've got to up your game and start to really, be a student of the game. I've always been a student of the game, but you've got to really get to studentship to match the particular level of the game, right? So that walk of atonement, the time that I spent with yemeya assisted me with that. The time that I spent praying with the Creator, the time that I spent utilizing Christianity, I utilized Hinduism, I utilized Islam, I utilized various spiritual practices that I'm comfortable with, what works for me. I utilize African spirituality. There's so many. I've been on the path of spirituality my entire life. I've always been a strange child when I was a child. I've always been different when I was a teenager, and when I was younger than I am now in terms of adulthood. I've always danced to my own tune. So I've studied various spiritual beliefs, religions, whatever you want to call it. So many different books I've read. Back when I was really reading books very heavy. I still read books now. I'm very choosy of what I choose to feed my brain, essentially my mind. So you feed your body. We're always cautious and well, I would hope so. Or we pay attention to what we're putting in our body, right? So it's the same thing with your mind. You feed your body. When you're hungry, you have to eat. You are eating, you're nourishing your body. You have to do the same thing to your mind and your soul. So my walk of atonement, just basically a big piece of that is surrendering. When I surrendered to the divine, there's power in surrendering. There's power in atonement, in actually stepping up and taking responsibility for your actions, for things that you have done that led you up to the point that you are at in that moment. If it's a tower moment that you're facing at that time, You don't just quit. You don't just give up. You own it and you work through it. You figure out ways how to pick yourself back up. There's more than one way to skin a cat, they say. Even though I don't want to skin a cat, but the expression meaning there's more than one ways to accomplish something or to do something. You got to start thinking with an expanded consciousness, an expanded mind. Surrender to the divine, and you will get those thoughts that will assist you with coming out of that tower by doing the work within you, giving attention to those shadow areas that require working out, facing those demons, right? Working with your demons, working with your angels. Don't run away from your demons. Find out information from them. They will show you those are your demons. They will help you to grasp what you need to fix in order for you to order your life the way how you desire it to be. Same thing with the angels. It's checks and balances. Each have a role to play. You want to surrender to the divine so the divine can give you the order direction of how to toggle between the two. All of that is through atonement. Once you confess, to whatever it is that you are comfortable with considering your, quote, higher power for neutral efforts here in terms of expression of the creator, if that's more comfortable. When you're confessing to that higher power or your spirit family that is assisting you with this walk, then you've got it out. You've owned it. You took responsibility for your actions. You've surrendered, right? You said to the higher power, I'm not perfect. And then you are asking the higher power to step in and assist. And you're stepping out of the way, right? So you follow divine guidance as much as you can. No one's perfect, We're working through it and we're developing. So when that happens, when you go through atonement, the divine takes account of that. You've paid off that karmic debt, right? By atoning. You've surrendered. You stepped out of the way, you surrendered, you stepped out of the way, right? You're letting go and you're letting the creator. And then another part of atonement that is, a big key that I'm going to give you guys is if you caused harm to another person and you know that your actions has caused harm, what I have always done throughout my life, and I've been like this ever since I was a child, I've apologized to the person for what I did to them. I owned it. I've been doing that since childhood. My exes and, other people that I've ever harmed in any way, I've apologized to them for things that I have done. I owned it. And I have since either, we don't communicate or whatever the case may be because they were for a season. I've since, worked on my life and I've been focused on that for my entire life, really becoming a better version of me every day, right? I'm not perfect, but I have atoned. And, I have taken a lot of accountability for the things that I can, recall that I've done that I really am accountable for, and I have owned it and have apologized to people for, multiple trespasses that I have committed throughout my life. And that's how I've always been before I even realized what the power of atonement did. This is one of the reasons why I had racked up so much good karma in my life. That's one of the reasons. Something I had been doing since I was a child. It's innately within me to do that. To realize that I'm not perfect and own it, really own it. And to step up and apologize to someone for something that you have done, that is, a sign of maturity. It's a sign of honor, I like to think. And that is one of the biggest ways that you can eliminate large chunks of karmic debt. And I'll leave you guys with that. I really hope that this video was very helpful for someone out there or several people. I stated this on my community board post that I'm here for, the divine feminine that has been oppressed, that has been abused, either physically, mentally, emotionally, sexually, in any way, shape, or form. That's one of the reasons why I'm here. I'm here to be an inspiration to you guys, because I've been, I'm someone that has experienced those things and then some. Never let anyone oppress you. Rise up. You gotta get up. Pick yourself up, or else they win. Never let anyone crush your mic. Divine timing is the right timing. Everything that you're going through it for a reason, for a season, and sometimes for a lifetime for the positive ones. Atone and see how this can change your life if you choose. I just wanted to share that with you guys. I hope that this will assist you in some way or of sorts. Thank you for visiting my channel. To the subscribers that have been with me since day one, thank you. To the new subscribers, I hope you continue to visit. And for those who just stumbled across my channel, I hope you return and become a subscriber as well. Hit the like button if you feel inclined to. Subscribe to my channel if you feel inclined to. I'll check you out in the next video. Ciao Bella.